Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 22 video. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Detroit Lions, but also do want to note this is not going to be a realistic rebuild. I'm not going to be downloading draft classes because in reality, the draft is way too far away to project who's actually going to be at the top of the board. A lot of people thought Spencer Rattler was going to win the Heisman. Obviously, that's not the case anymore. So we're going to be rebuilding the Detroit Lions, but instead of those custom rosters, I'm just going to be doing regular rosters, and I'm going to try to keep it as realistic as possible. But if I see someone's contract is unfit for this team, they're going to be traded away. It's just that simple. So anyways, guys, let's just get into it. So this is the overlook of the team, as we have Goofball Goff here. Let me refresh this. Tyrell Williams was not showing up. Jared Goff, he's not it. I will use him for the first year because he's what we have, but contract, I'm not paying this dude $30 million a year to be a garbage quarterback. Unless he somehow progresses in year one, I highly doubt it. Tyrell Williams is not the future. I'm starting Quintez Cephas because he's just the youngest player we have. This O-line looks really, really good. Taylor Decker is not that great as people say he is, in my opinion. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's there. But this offensive line has really improved. So going to the run game should be the higher priority for this team. But they've been passing with Jared Goff. I don't know why. T-Hawk is amazing. Michael Brockers, I want off this team. I think his contract is terrible as well. Same with Trey Flowers. Contracts, I'm not paying him $8 million then $12 million a year. It's not that bad of a contract, but at the same time, he's a 77 overall. Alex Anzalone, that's whatever. I don't really care. Trey Flowers, stats and contracts. What's his contracts? Yeah, I'm not paying that dude $20 million a year to regress. That's a terrible contract. This defense is atrocious. Jeff Okudah, I don't think is that good of a player. I don't want to call him a bust already. I know I had injury problems, but he hasn't shown anything remotely close to being a first-round pick talent, let alone a top 3 pick. And I know the Lions fans in my comment, well, actually, Lions fans don't exist, so I won't have to worry about that. Anyways, I'm going to get into the trade center because I hate a lot of these contracts. Okay, this may seem extremely unrealistic, but why not get a good receiver on the team because we don't have any. Trey Flowers for McCole Hardman. I know speed doesn't make you a good receiver, but I really think he's just been sitting in Tyreek Hill's shadow, so maybe give him a chance on the Lions, even though careers go to die here. Trey Flowers was of high interest. We get McCole Hardman and a 3rd-round pick. Jamal Williams is seriously just a player I don't need. He's going to the Washington football team for a 3rd-round pick. Okay, I didn't think that would actually go through. This is completely unrealistic, but Michael Brockers for Kenny Moore, straight up. I thought I was going to have to give up like a 2nd-round pick. That's cool. I honestly just don't really like Tracy Walker that much. He's never been good in any of my rebuilds with the Lions. He's going to the Broncos for a 4 and a 5. This is the overlook of the team after the trades. I know everyone's going to be pissy and whiny in my comments like, oh my god, that was so unrealistic. Yeah, I already said at the beginning of the video, it's not going to be a realistic rebuild. I want to rebuild the team the way I want to do it, but at the same time, if I wanted to, I could have easily traded for Baker Mayfield. So I'm going to limit what I do here, and I want to make this team a little bit better, one player at a time, you know? But this team definitely needed a boost right off the bat. Romeo Okwara, I'll keep right there at left outside linebacker, but not that good. This team is atrocious and needed help. That's what I came here to do. So anyways, guys, it's time to get to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we have to choose a draft class. Oh, no. Really? Keep auto-generated rookies. Bro, I thought I didn't have to choose that. Prospects, scouts. We want to scout a QB. So, can we get someone else? A defensive tackle? I don't think I need that. Free safety, strong safety, right outside linebackers. I don't need a tight end. Can I remove these guys? I don't need a tight end scout. Scouts, region breakdown, mock drafts, prospects. These are the prospects, so wide receivers at the top of the board. That's surprising. Yeah, I'm not really going to mess with the scouts right now. It's a simulation. Players ready to negotiate. Let's look into this first. And we are going to Jack Fox. Realistically, we would sign him, so I am going to sign him. If he's being whiny about his contract, I'm not going to sign him because he's a punter. Everyone else here, is some hot garbage, and I really do not care for them. So I'll get that punter in free agency. Everyone else I do not care about. Scout College Players, weekly strategy. We are 1-6 at the midseason mark, I forgot to mention. Not very good, not really surprising either with a 78 overall running back, and running backs and edge rushers highly dictate simulation. So other than that, guys, let's move to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, obviously not making the playoffs, finishing 3-14. All right then, scouting college players. They already did this, right? This is so confusing how to do this new one in the new update, because I'm still used to the old update because of my Falcons franchise. If you guys haven't already checked that out, go do so. Stats and awards, let's see what we got for this season. Jared Goofball, not that bad in passing yards, terrible in touchdowns, 27th offense, the worst defense. DeAndre Swift kind of sucks. 3,200 yards, 21 TDs, 14 interceptions is too many. DeAndre Swift, 6 TDs. Yeah, that's not good. McCall Hardman, not that bad for being his first wide receiver one. 900 yards, only 4 TDs though. Jared Goofball is his quarterback. I don't expect much. Alex Anzalone had quite a bit of tackles. 17 tackles for a loss for Levi Onwuzurike. Sacks, 5.5 for Levi Onwuzurike. Interceptions, 2 for Jalen Reeves Maven. Looking into the safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. This team is god-awful. Hopefully we can improve it in free agency. So anyways, guys, it is time to move into the offseason. Oh, wow, what a shocker. The Browns in the Super Bowl beat the Buccaneers. Ooh, looking into the awards, it looks like no Lions won any awards. What a shocker there. Looking into the roster to see if we do have any development upgrades. And we do not, from what I see. Penei Sewell has Superstar Dev. I believe he did come with that. Defensively, Levi Onwuzurike now has Star Dev. That's great, and that was only his rookie year. He did great. Amazing. Romeo Okwara just is not that good. He's gone down in morale and all that. Everyone's morale is down because this team sucks. But, yeah, this team is just terrible. I need an elite pass rusher. Hopefully we can do that in free agency. Let's see the re-sign players. I believe Jack Fox was the only person there that I wanted to re-sign, but at the same time, it's like I don't really need him because I can just pick him up in free agency for a lot cheaper. So looking into the retirements, first of all, we're the NFC North, if I am correct. NFC North, yep. Dustin Colquitt, whatever, quits, retires, not quits. But looking into the players ready to negotiate. Jack Fox, I'm not paying you more money to be a punter. Everyone else here is just trash. I don't need them. And looking in, what do we have? 21 players. Okay. Anyways, guys, other than that, let's just get to free agency. So here we are after free agency as we're picking up Casey Hayward Jr. on a dirt cheap deal, Michael Gallup on a slightly cheaper deal, Young Hoku as a kicker, Dante Hightower on a temporary cheap deal, Christian Kirk on a slightly cheaper deal than what he was asking for. Still got him though, got 3 above average receivers now, and AJ Cole as a punter instead of Jack Fox because Jack Fox was being offered big money for no reason. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I like the way we look after free agency, so let's just get into the draft. So we got 2 people out of Oklahoma State, doesn't make a lot of sense. Calvin or Kennedy. Ben Hayden honestly does not look like that guy, and we're at the number 1 overall pick. Awareness. Calvin Kennedy does not look good either. He looks honestly kind of worse. Throw accuracy short is very nice. But Ben Hayden, what do you have to offer though? You have awareness, throw accuracy deep. Actually, you know what? I'm taking Ben Hayden. Hidden development, he was the right pick. 77 speed, 92 throw power, 84 acceleration, skills. Cool. We don't see his overall yet. That is cool. Number 1 overall pick in the draft, Ben Hayden. Xavier Dillard, first round projection. Looks honestly kind of good. Hidden development, great. 82 speed. Would have liked him to be a little bit faster, but 91 excel is great. Skills, this is what I saw in him. I saw the A play recognition and B tackling, and I thought he was going to be a great player, so I picked him. So far, he does look like a great player. Trevor Sanborn. Whoa, okay. Interesting. Tavarius Sanborn. Hidden development, free safety. Nice. So this is the overlook of the team after the draft. Ben Hayden is actually pretty good from the looks of it. Looks pretty great to me. Honestly, strong arm archetypes. Michael Gallup, McCall Hardman, Christian Kirk as his receivers, and TJ Hawkinson, of course, Pretty good offensive line for him. Defensive line still lacking a lot. Moved Romeo Okwara down to left end. Dillard here, 73 overall. Hidden development looks great. Sanborn, 73 overall. Hidden development also looks great. We had a great draft for this team. Dillard looks great. Offensively, I picked up Nash in the second round. He has 77 overall. He's a normal dev. 90 speed. Not a bad player. Not great either. He's just a replacement for Jamal Williams. And, yeah. Overall, not a bad team. I think I want to immediately trade away Jared Goff, though. So let me go back in here and actually immediately trade away Jared Goff. I'm trying to get a pass rusher or defensive tackle, so that's what I'm going to go look for. So it turns out not a single team can actually accept this dude's contract because it's way too bad. That's kind of a problem that we can't get any value out of him, but how much will it take to cut him? I'll save $10 million in the future. He's out of here. Jared Goff is gone. Ben Hayden is the QB of the future. I do not want Jared Goff. So anyways, it's time to get to the midseason. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-2. Let's go. Top of the division. I don't think anyone would have ever heard that in their entire lifespan, that the Lions are at the top of the division. T-Hawk, for sure, want him back. Let's do that, see if he accepts it. Wants more salary, I'll give it to him. McCullough Hardman, I'll do that as well. Hopefully you don't want more salary. He gets what he wants. Monty Wararie, no. Everyone else here. Why is Jared Goff on the team? Did we seriously sign him off of free agency? I think we did. The CPU did. Yeah, and we're paying him less money too. Oh, that's funny. That's that's 10 out of 10 content quality there. Wait, can I trade him? Do people have enough money now? I know I said they didn't before, but I would like to see if I could do that. I want to see scouting players. I want to see Jared Goff. Let's go here. Let's go and just scoop Jared Goff out of this team. Let's go to trade away. Can I possibly do this? Yes, I can. There's people with trade value for him, and there's where is it? Football team. You guys don't have that much money? I'll take some cap off your hands. Let's see. Deron Payne. Yeah, you can do that. No, not quite. That's completely understandable. Will you do a third round pick for him? No. A second? No. Can I give you a 2 and a 3 and you'll take that? No. Okay, so they want a first. You know what? Fine. Jared Goff and a late first gets me Deron Payne as a defensive tackle. That is a massive upgrade. Definitely needed on the team. Jared Goff was just signed by the CPU, so that is absolutely massive for this team. Now let's go to manage roster. What is our QB's hidden development trait? That'd be nice to know. We still do not know it. Only 154 snaps. Whoa, you don't tell me that Jared Goff was playing over him. I think he was. Oh, that's so annoying. Jared Goff was playing over him. Dillard only has star. Sanborn only has star. That's upsetting. The D-line has improved, but dang, that freaking pisses me off that Jared Goff was starting over my rookie QB that I wanted to play. Anyways, guys, let's get to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, actually making the playoffs at 9-8. We fell off in the second half of the season. I know everyone's thinking right now, oh, Jared Goff was starting and he took your team to 4-2. Yeah, shut up. I don't want him on my team. Terrible player. I don't want him. We're going to use these franchise staff points really quickly here. Let's go to this. Let's do this one. This one. Offensive line training. Let's lower the staff points for offensive coordinators, and we are good on all on that. 9-8 actually making the playoffs, though. Here to face the 11-5 division rivals, the Vikings, who are at the top of the division. First of many, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the stats, boys. I know my rookie QB is going to have good stats, yeah, because he only played for one half the season. Not actually bad for only playing half a season. 19th best offense in the NFL, and looking into it defensively, 6th. Nice. That's actually really good. DeAndre Swift had a step up from last year, but Ricky Nash had 13 TDs. DeAndre Swift, 1,100 yards, 8 TDs. Michael Gallup, almost 1,000 yards, 4 TDs. Christian Kirk with 8 TDs. So very good ball distribution. Dante Hightower, 127 tackles for a loss. 20 for Levi Onwuzurike. 20 tackles for a loss for Romeo Okwara as well. 14 for Deron Payne. 10 for Aleem McNeil. Sacks, 9 for Romeo Okwara. 6.5 for Xavier Dillard. 5 for Levi Onwuzurike. interception 3 for Dante Hightower, safeties on team 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. So I am very sure that the Lions will probably lose in the wild card, but hey, when was the last time the Lions made the playoffs? I don't know, and I don't really care either. At least they're in the playoffs is all I got to say about it. And we actually beat the Vikings, 27-24. I know for a guaranteed fact we're about to lose to the Cowboys because they're 13-4 and God's in the simulation. I don't think we'll ever beat. 34-19, not really too surprised. At least the Lions won a playoff game since what, like the 1990s or something like that? I don't know, 1980s? Anyways, it's time to move on to the offseason. Oh, wow, the Browns beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. What an interesting simulation, even though the Browns literally can't do it every year, even though they're overhyped every single year. Whatever. Looking into the franchise stat points, we also had no yearly awards. We're going to do the defensive coordinator things to lower the cost. And what do I want to do next? I wanted to go look into the team to see what our QB's development is. Looking into the roster, adjust lineup. Come on. Please show me superstar or above. Star dev. That's disappointing, but that is fine with me. No offensive upgrades. Defensively, looking into it. No defensive upgrades either. Wow, what a crummy year. I mean, I know we won a playoff game, but like, dang, that's upsetting. Let's go into the Resign Players to see who we have to resign. I'm pretty sure we have to resign TJ Hawkinson. And, I guess Jared Goff was maybe the answer, but at the same time, year one for him wasn't good. Oh, well, you can't expect Jared Goff to do good after one season on a terrible team. Yeah, shut up. I don't care. Jared Goff was not the answer for me. I just didn't want him to be my QB. I never wanted him to be the answer, no matter how good he did. Everson Griffin retires. That's cool. Whatever. Nobody on our team retired. That's what matters. And looking into the players' negotiations, TJ Hawkinson wanted more money. Let's give him that for sure. If he leaves, I wouldn't be too upset because he stays with the team. But if he left, I wouldn't be like, oh no, he's leaving the Lions. It's like, bro, it's the Lions. I would leave the Lions too if I was on the Lions. But looking into it, scout college players, everything else seems good to me. We already checked out the roster. Let's get into free agency. Here we are after free agency as we signed Kareem Hunt over DeAndre Swift because DeAndre Swift for running backs in Madden Simulation is a heavy position to determine how good your team does. So Kareem Hunt's on the team, Max Crosby as an edge rusher that we needed, another edge rusher in Tavarius Smith, and we get Bobby Wagner. Amazing free agency, though we are a little bit low on money, so I highly doubt we'll be able to make any more trades in this rebuild, but let's just get into the draft. Carlos Macy, he looks like he's going to be the guy for us. Hidden development, right guard. 72 speed, I would have liked it to be a little bit faster for a guard. 85 strength, I would have liked it to be a little bit higher. Quite the acceleration for a guard, so that might be good for pulling. But these are his skills. Stamina F, he's an offensive guard. I don't expect him to have amazing stamina. I saw that pass block power and the impact blocking, and I thought he was going to be a great player for this team. So far, it looks like he is. Trevor Boyce. Let's take him. Trevor Boyce. Wow, this was a first-round projected player. Trevor Boyce. First-round projected player. We got him in the late third round. Everyone was passing up on him because his skills do look actually pretty low. With the break tackle, doesn't matter. D catching, C release, and C spin move. So the release and the catching, definitely not a first-round talent player by looking at him. But hidden development, that's actually got me wondering. That was actually a fourth-round player, my bad, not a third round. So this is the overlook of the team after the draft, and Macy is a 74 overall hidden development player, which is awesome to see. Looking into it defensively, who else did we got? Knox. Yeah, Knox in the second round was not that good of a player. Picked him up in the second round. What about that receiver that I picked up? Oh, he looks like he's going to be really low overall if he's not even at a 70. Let's cut this guy, see how... Wow, he's below a 68 overall. At least he has hidden dev, but he was a first to second round projected player. And guess what? He went in the fourth round, but he had hidden dev. That's the only thing that I'm hoping about. Where is he? He's not even in the roster, is it? Is this Chris Brewer? Is this the guy that I picked? Nigel Spencer? No, I'm confused. He was like, I believe he was like 6 foot. Dante Russell? Trevor Boyce. That's what it was. 66 overall. Trevor Boyce. We're going to put him over Chris Brewer. Dang, that is unfortunate how he is such a low overall. But at least he has hidden dev. That's the only good thing I can really say about him. Quintus Cephas. I like where this special lineup is at. Specialist, let's put DeAndre Swift there. Defensively, I like where we're at. Dante Hightower is a second string. Knox does not look that great. But yeah, I like this group. I like this team overall. Hopefully we can develop. This is the third season. Let's get into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-3, third in the division. Not the best. Looking into the managed staff, let's. I don't actually need to do these staff points anymore. I'm just going to go to the what's it called, franchise settings, and just let them do it throughout the rebuild because I personally don't care at this point anymore. Let's go auto progress talents. And yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't need to do it anymore because I already got the discounts and got everything else. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we have here. Kenny Moore, for sure, definitely needs to come back. Let's get him on a 5-year deal, up that money, and he stays with the team. Even though DeAndre Swift has not really performed to my expectation and we already have his replacement, I still want to pay him, especially on that cheap of a deal as he resigns. Romeo Okwara, if he takes this, I'll re-sign him. He doesn't take that, so he's not going to be re-signed. Jeff Okudah, that's actually an extremely cheap deal. I'll up the money for him a little bit too, and he re-signs. Jonah Jackson, just because of his development, is the only reason why I'm re-signing him, and he re-signs as well. Quintus Cephas, I'll leave. Everyone else here, we have Jacoby Brissett as a second string. Romeo Okwara is just going to have to hit free agency. I'm not going to sign him on too big of a deal, even though he is going to regress. So let's just move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we have a first-round bye coming off a win to the Vikings. We finished 12-5. What? Playoff bracket. Do we have a first-round bye? Yeah, we do. How do we get a first-round bye going 12-5? That's really surprising. I've had a lot of simulations where I was like 14-3 and I didn't get a first-round bye. But interesting. Upgrade players. What do we have here? Cool, I guess. These secondary players that I do not really care about. But yeah, that is really cool. Let's go to stats and awards here. What do we have? Not great in yards, great in passing touchdowns, third best offense in the league, 14th best defense. Kareem Hunt had a pretty great year. 3,100 yards, 33 TDs, 8 interceptions, 14 TDs, and 1,600 yards. DeAndre Swift had 15 TDs. Still haven't fixed that glitch where the second string running back gets more touches for some reason. Michael Gallup has 10 TDs, and Christian Kirk has a little bit more yards than him, but Michael Gallup was truly better. Looking into the defensive side, 119 tackles. I was about to say 119 tackles for a loss. That'd be ridiculous. 15 tackles for a loss for Max Crosby. Sacks, 7 for Zadarius Smith. With this kind of a pass rush with the Zadarius Smith, Deron Payne, Max Crosby, Levi Onwuzurike, Xavier Dillard, I expected way more sacks. 4 interceptions for Tavarius Sanborn, and safety 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. Very disappointing secondary, very disappointing pass rush, honestly. But yeah, we're probably going to be facing off against the Cowboys in this wildcard round or the conference, the Panthers. Let's see if we can beat the Panthers. I never play the wildcard or the divisional round, but I do hop into the conference championship. We lose 28-7. Nice. Love to see it, boys. Anyways, guys, let's move into the offseason. So here we are on the season recap as the San Francisco 49ers beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Way to have a comeback. This is 2023, actually. The Niners beat the Ravens in 2023 Super Bowl, and the Ravens beat the Niners in the 2013 Super Bowl. A decade later, they get their revenge. And yeah, no Lions for the MVPs or anything or any awards like that. Let's look at the roster now, adjust lineup, and looking into our roster. Kareem Hunt has superstar dev. That is great to see. Finally, one of our players get it. And offensively, other than that, nobody else. Defensively, though, Knox gets star dev, and he gets 2 XP points with it. So now he is 75 overall with morale. And he's a 75 overall with star dev after getting a dev up. I don't know how he got it or why he got it, but he got it. That's all that matters, boys. So that's cool to see. Our defense is really shaping up very nicely. So let's move on to the re-sign players. I don't think there's anyone I want to re-sign because Romeo Okwara I just don't need. If there's no other better defensive tackle in free agency, I'll either sign Romeo Okwara again or I'll just pick one up in the draft. But looking into the NFC North, Casey Hayward retires. Ouch, that's actually kind of rough because he was a pretty good depth player especially, and re-signing the players that we have here on the requires just a no. Everyone else is a no. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to move into free agency. So in free agency, somehow Aaron Rodgers never ever gets signed. It's very annoying. But we got Stephon Gilmore and James Bradberry. I just didn't need Romeo Okwara. I didn't like him. A lot of other people were going after him. He went to the Buccaneers, 78 overall. I'll just pick up a defensive tackle in free agency. We got Casey Hayward's 2 replacements. Now let's get into the draft. Kai Fitzgerald, what do you have? A normal dev, not very good for a first-round pick. Here we are after the draft, as the CPU picked up a star development Eric Cladwell, tight end, as a second string. Boyce, Trevor Boyce, only has star dev. The projected number 1 overall, well, projected top 10 pick ends up falling to round 4 into our hands, not being that great of a player, but has some potential. Looking into it defensively, Stephon Gilmore, James Bradberry, Kenny Moore, Jeff Okudah. Fitzgerald here was only a 73 overall normal dev. Not the best, but not the greatest. Probably like a 3rd round talent. Picked him up in the late 1st. Yeah, Dante Hightower isn't here anymore. That's upsetting. It didn't show me his retirement, or I just didn't bother to look. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to actually move into the playoffs, because we don't need the midseason. It's the 4th and final season. Hopefully we can make it. Let's get into it. Here we are in the playoffs, making the playoffs at 15-2, top of the division. First round bye. Whoa. That's insane. Stats and awards. What do we have here, boys? Again, passing yards sucks, but passing touchdowns great. 5th best offense, 4th best defense, top 5 team on offense and defense. 3,055 yards, 37 TDs, and only 4 interceptions. Great season. 16 TDs, 1,600 yards for Kareem Hunt, and 13 TDs for DeAndre Swift. Michael Gallup with 12 TDs, which is great to see. Looking into it defensively, Derek Barnes, 112 tackles. I don't know who that is. 23 tackles for a loss for Max Crosby. Sacks, 9 for Zadarius Smith. Never got double-digit sacks this entire rebuild. Upsetting. Bobby Wagner with 3 interceptions. Stephon Gilmore with 3 interceptions. Safeties on the team, 0. Defensive touchdowns, 0. No defensive touchdowns and no safeties for this entire rebuild. Defensively, I guess we're not that bad, considering we're the 4th best defense in the league. But at the same time, I would have hoped for better stats defensively. But the 9-8 Arizona Cardinals, come on, we're 15-2. We should be able to beat them. Come on, 15-2. Okay. You know what? Now the curse of the Lions not making the playoffs. It's the curse that they can't win in the divisional round. That pisses me off, dude. We are 15-2 just to lose in... Okay. God, that's frustrating. We built such a good team, but this was such an unsuccessful rebuild. We couldn't even make it to the conference championship, nor could we make it to the Super Bowl. All Lions fans' dream, even though they've never heard of one. This team looks so good, dude. Just, like, look at it. It's so good, but the CPU is just like, nah, divisional round is where you stop. Other than that, you're fine. Like, it's so frustrating trying to play this game sometimes. Anyways, I like the team we built. I like what we had. I like the trades. Anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild next. And once again, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.